What do you guys think about turning golf courses into like rifle ranges during like the fall winter time?
I hate that idea.
Why?
Cause
imagine like a rifle range course where it's like, I mean, the target's at where the pin would be. So you could have a 120-yard shot, or you could have a 540-yard shot, and it like brings all the best shooters out. And
I know, but do you want to be stepping through brass in the spring?
No, I understand where you're coming from, but the concept is kind of sweet.
I'd be way more inclined to do like a 3D archery range. Because what you just described, they have for bows. Like 3D tournaments.
But also, putting one on a fucking dinner plate from 500 yards out would be sweet.
Yeah. In competition.
Yeah.
You'd really have to really keep an eye on the course, because like you can't have a bev cart riding around with bullets fucking flying.
No. Everyone like everyone starts at the same hole.
So you can only have one group out at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the misfire.
Again, I don't know how this all works, but then like your score is dependent on how many shots it takes you to hit the target. So if it takes you 4 shots, then you get a 4 on that hole.
Yeah,
you hit it in 1, you get a hole. You get a.
It'd be a par 3, 4. Yeah,
first 3 shots are sick. In a neighborhood.
I'm thinking of. I'm specifically thinking of Balmoral.
I have Prairie Wood in my head right now.
Yeah, that's exactly
hole one. Pretty easy shot, but don't miss, because if you do, there's a fucking swing set behind the green.
Hey, I will say though, if they were to do that, they would have to build like berms behind each and every single one of the targets. So during the regular golf season, how nice would it be to just have a backboard on every hole? You know?
Yeah, it would be kind of sick, even if it's just 9 holes.
Yeah. All right,
the concept is cool.
I would like a rifle range where you go from place to place. I just don't think the golf course is a good spot for it.
I was more so trying to think of, how do you utilize a golf course for more than just cross country skiing when the course is shut down?
Cross country running.
Yeah, actually,
that's what they do. They do cross country meets. Is it meets in cross country? It's meets in track.
Yeah, it's a cross country meet.
Yeah, they do them on golf courses.
Yeah.
But cross country season's damn near done come November.
Yeah.
And that's also when the courses are closed.
They should be making snowmobile tracks on golf courses.
That would be fun.
Like in the rough and stuff like that. There should be more hills and jumps and shit like that. And then during the winter, you can just zip around.
Yeah, I wonder if that would damage. I don't think it would really damage the fairways, or you obviously would keep them off the greens, but
you just keep them off the.
Yeah, like you don't let them on until there's a good foot of snow, so they're not like ripping mud.
Yeah. It's better than the straight trails that are snowmobile trails around here. You just go straight for
riding ditches, baby.
Yep.
Last time I went snowmobiling, I was with my dad and both my sisters, and we were going up a pretty steep hill. My dad dumps it. It tips straight back, and my sister falls off the back of the snowmobile. She's lying on the ground. My dad falls on his back next to him, my sister, and the snowmobile is tipping on top of him. And me and my other sister are at the bottom of the hill watching this. And my dad must have had the crazy adrenaline moments.
Yep.
It lands on top of him, and he just fucking bench presses it off. We're like, but he used the momentum. It's coming down the hill. He bench presses it off so it misses my sister, and then rolls at me and my other sister. And so I just hit the gas, so I was out of the way. But still, it was like one of those things where everything happens in slow motion. And
yeah. You kind of took a breather at the end of it. You were like, okay, everybody good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
That's I get that adrenaline rush when. Are we rolling, by the way? Or
yeah, we're rolling.
Welcome back to the pod. Here's a good spot for the intro music.
They piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book in another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now. That was honestly, I just thought that was pre-pod talk.
No, we're in, baby.
But yeah, so you guys got a little pre-pod talk today. That was an idea I had rolling through my head last night. I said, how can we utilize 7,000 yards of here's a shoot, here's a shoot, here's a shoot. That's essentially what a golf course is.
Yeah.
How can we utilize that when the course is shut down?
I'll tell
that
you.
was the idea. I don't have the best ideas all the time, but I keep coming with them because eventually one's going to hit, like the swinger golf.
I will tell you this: the Frazee golf course is some baller ass hunting land.
Okay, exactly.
Like,
thank you. That's a great course for that.
There's a back nine that's been laid out for years that has never been actually made, and that like they shoot some big ass deer back there.
I believe it. And again, it's like the yardages on a golf course are perfect for the yardages for rifle hunters. And with us being big rifle hunters, it makes sense to like, hey, I would never shoot. I would probably never shoot at something that was over 300 yards.
Oh,
because I don't practice that.
No.
But if I had the opportunity to go, have 9 different tries of, let's say, 120 yards to 550 yards, I think that would be kind of sweet.
It would be fun. I hate the idea of doing it on the course. I'm sorry.
And again, this cannot be a residential course.
Yep.
This will have to be a boondocks course.
Middle of absolute nowhere. Like,
Correct.
Three Bears would be awesome.
Yes, 3 Bears would be great.
But
you also shoot uphill on some holes.
Yeah, those like you'd have to like maneuver around like where the shots are coming from.
Yeah,
because you obviously couldn't shoot anywhere towards the west because there's houses and a road over there.
Right.
So all the shots would have to get fired towards the swamp and not uphill. Yeah, maybe there's like 4 or 5 shots you could do at 3 Bears.
Logistically, it probably wouldn't work out, but in theory, to just talk about it, even though it will never happen for us,
Fucking slinging
kind of
lead.
Kind of like that.
I mean, if you did it with a bow, the pars, if you did a golf course with a bow and you tried to get it in the cup, the pars would probably be very similar.
You know how hard it would be to shoot your bow into a little hole in the ground without being over it?
That's what I'm saying. Do you know how hard it is to put a little golf ball in a hole without being 4 feet from
Not
it?
as hard as trying to shoot your bow into it.
You could also have 3D targets. If you did it with a bow, you could have 3D targets at, like, let's say every 20 to 30 yards. So however many shots it takes you to get to the last target on that hole, which would be at the hole, that'd be your score on the hole. Okay. But you have targets every 20 to 30 yards. So if you can't make the last 70-yard shot, maybe you take another 20-yard shot and then you finish things off with a 50-yard shot.
Let's get a little closer.
So they do 3D archery tournaments. They're not like that. But that is a fun wrinkle. I would like something like that. So like the 3D archery tournaments are set up like a golf course where you have 15 to 20 stations and you shoot the target. Once you hit the target, you take your score on it. It's like a bullseye ring. And you guys, I don't think you knew this, but you are sitting with the Toad Lake Archery 2009 champion. So
no way.
I mean, there's been 14 champions since.
Yeah, well, so. I retired on top. I don't know how, I was young. I won the youth thing when I was like 13 and then never went back. Quit on top. No one will ever touch my score.
I wonder if there are golf courses out there that people are like have hunting rights on once the course is shut down.
For sure. No,
because I'm sure there are like sloughs and ponds on golf courses that would make for great duck hunting.
Well, think about like when we did the golf. What the fuck did we call it? The 9-hole tour in Pelican. There were deer stands on that one.
Oh yeah, there was.
Yep, and that was just outside of town. But I mean, Pelican's a small town, so
interesting. Yeah, light of greens.
Yep.
Yeah, or even like you got a lynx course, a lot of fescue. Like great, that's great pheasant hunting.
Yeah. Like
Wildflower may be a great pheasant hunting course. I don't know. Hey, let's try and make some more money outside of golf season on these courses because then we can maybe drop the price of range balls a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit more income coming in. A little bit less income out of our pockets going out.
Courses should lease it out.
$38 for a fucking small bucket of range balls.
Yeah.
Courses should lease their shit out.
They should.
Why? Okay, here's a question for you. And you can tell where our head's at because this isn't golf at all. Why don't Why isn't there like an Airbnb for hunting? Where like you rent the land for 3 days.
There is.
And you can just hunt it for 3 days?
Yep, there is.
All right.
There's actually, I think it's an app that started in North Dakota. It was on the news last year.
That's cool.
Can't remember what it's called, but yeah, you can rent out
a couple years too late, I guess.
You can rent out fields or whatever for like a morning or a full day or whatever. You pay a couple $100, whatever the landowner has it set to.
That's kind of sick.
But we're thinking of money moves because that's what people are thinking about these days. It's like, hey, can we charge $112 for a medium bucket of range balls and still get away with it? It's like, yeah, you can, because guys like me are still going to pay it.
At what point do you just bring your own balls?
I don't know. At one point, do you
getting 12 Union Greens basically costs the same as getting one small bucket of range balls.
Pretty much, yeah. We're almost there. So UG, just stick in there for a couple more years. Eventually, be able to we can just go hit UGs on the course, and then we can actually, the balls that are at the range, the little toppers or little duff shots that are right off of the range box. We just grab those, go play with them.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, pre-talk's over.
Giant elephant in the room. The fuck are you wearing?
Yeah.
I got this from Lucas.
Ryan, for our audio only listeners, Ryan is currently wearing a bright yellow NDSU polo, golf polo.
Yep.
With the sleeves cut off.
This is okay. To start things off, I've had this thing for over a year. It was lost in my golf bag for 11 months. And then the last month, it's just been hanging in my office. And I came into the office with a t-shirt this morning. I said, t-shirt's just too bland this morning. And I was going to throw my USA jersey on. I'm like, well, I wore the USA jersey last week and things just did not go well.
Yeah,
so
I don't think we can rep them this week, but
no. And then I saw this hanging in my office. I'm like, I have to wear that because this is
you didn't have to.
I had to.
You're good.
Number one, this is the closest thing to Division I golf that I'll ever get to.
Jesus.
That's fair. Actually.
Okay, so if I played 4 years, if I use my 4 years of eligibility on baseball, I don't have another
You're
4
out.
years in golf.
Yeah, unless you redshirted 1 year.
Not that I would ever make a fucking team.
Were you injured at all?
Nope.
No, So your 2 opportunities at a redshirt are gone.
Just take your COVID years now. You're fine.
I didn't have COVID years.
Yeah.
It was
we were way pre-COVID, buddy. We're old.
No, you can still just take them.
No, I mean, my body was an absolute temple in college, and I wasn't even close to getting injured.
I technically have 1 more year of eligibility.
Let's get you on a fucking JUCO golf team or something.
Actually, I could. I technically would be able to go back to college, do a redshirt year, because I never redshirted, and then I could play again. And I never medical redshirted either. So I could technically, I have 1 full year of eligibility.
But if you redshirted and you wouldn't get to play either of those years.
Correct. But I could get back into playing shape those 2 years.
You could.
And then third year, break records and then go to the NFL.
That'd actually be, you're talking football. I thought you were talking golf.
Yeah, well, I played football. That's just in my head.
I was going to say, that'd be a great way to get free golf for a year.
Get really fucking
take
good.
a redshirt year.
2 years.
Like,
2 years of college golf riding pine. I would just get to go to cool places as an alternate. Maybe they need to pull my shirt quick.
What if they had a bench at golf tournaments? Like in case someone just happened to go down, I don't know, someone like stepped on a tee or something, got injured on the course, or like rolled, broke a wrist or rolled an ankle.
Like shit, you just pull them.
Yeah,
Tiger when he slipped and like fucked up his knee or ankle or whatever it was.
Yeah, what if you as a reserve at a golf tournament, you had to sit on the bench?
That would
fucking suck.
Like they just have a bench on the sidelines of each hole. You have to walk with your team still, but then sit on the bench.
You have to carry the bench with you.
Yeah.
To each
yeah.
That'd be kind of sick. I mean, it wouldn't be.
Be so embarrassing.
Me watching it'd be sweet. I got the cutoff sleeve polo on, and when he told me this is what they used to wear into the weight room for team lifting. So if you can imagine, as if golfers like at a Division I school, especially NDSU where football is king, right? And you got the football players just throwing fucking weight around in the weight room. And then you get the golfers who are just like, people are just like, you're not like football and then golf, like the two
It could not be more polar opposite
Correct.
sports.
Yeah.
So then you see the golfers walking into the weight room with cutoff polos on. I think is one of the most unbelievable moves.
Do you think they wore
in the
golf-
history of college sports?
Do you think they wore golf shorts with those cutoff polos tucked in and a belt too?
That's a good question. Do you think they wore golf shoes as like their trainers?
They couldn't have, right?
their shoes.
They can't.
Oh.
Dude, I mean, I know. Well, he's a different type of person, but he wore his Adidas golf shoes. He wears them like once a week just to work.
Yeah, he's weird though.
Yeah.
And they're just the nubs, but I could see them wearing golf shoes too. That'd be fucking crazy.
The old school ones with the weird tongue, that's like frayed.
Yep.
God,
I mean,
Lucas, you guys are a bunch of fucking geeks.
they're different. They're a different breed. That's for
Hey,
sure. And you always great way to stand out on campus. Great way to stand out in the weight room and like, hey,
Look at
buddy
that
over
golfer.
there.
Look at that
Also,
120-pound shrimp just tossing around those fives, dude.
Here's the thing too. Get a look at this. Get a look at this outfit. If you see this outfit walking around on a Division I campus, that's the person that you want to be friends with.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you playing intramural basketball and doing all like that's all fine and dandy. But that will end the second you leave college.
Mhm.
The second you leave college, a golf bag with clubs and balls will magically appear in the
Somehow.
trunk of your car.
Yep. And it won't
100%.
leave for 6 months a year.
No.
Yep.
And when you are wanting to just bash your brains out because you don't know what the fuck's going on with this game of golf and this thing called the golf swing and these mechanics they all talk about, you're going to want to call your buddy who you saw on campus with the cutoff polo on and say, hey man, what do I do? Can you come help me? Do you want to go out and play for a round?
Well, also, it's just like it's great to have the ex-college golfer in your pocket as scramble partner. Because when you leave
100%.
when you leave college and that golf bag magically appears and all of a sudden you're obsessed with the most frustrating game in the world, having cutoff buddy, your college golf friend, join your foursome for your scrambles is the best possible move you could have.
100%. You trying to make money at scrambles as a 22-year-old freshly into the new world, making 40 grand a year, paying rent, paying vehicle payments. 6 months after you graduate, student loans kick in. People aren't paying student loans these
Now
days.
they're back.
started.
Oh, they are. They're back.
October
Okay.
10th or something.
Gotcha.
They started.
Damn, that's like
It's right now.
1 week from
So
now.
further
Damn.
removed.
Hey. You have 1 week until student loans are now being paid again, Trevor. You find yourself a college golfer and get really good friends with him.
Yep, I will do.
I will say this. I would say out of all the college sports that people can do, the one that carries with you, like the skills that you retain the most outside of college, I would say golf's probably number one.
Without a doubt.
With yeah. You know.
How were high school golfers perceived in your guys' high school?
Weirdos.
Yep.
Same.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had one that kind of made it cool because he was really, really good.
You guys had a golf team?
Yeah. We have a golf. Pretty much every town with a course has a golf team.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know how small the school, or how big the school had to be to have a golf team, because we don't have a soccer team.
It's like, yeah, neither do we. It's just whatever you have the facilities for, you had a team for.
Sure.
And we had a golf course, and we had one kid that was really good. His name was Bo Hansen. He won state, I think maybe a couple times. He won the Pine to Palm, and he went and played in college and was really good. So he was the one that kind of like,
That's
when he
sweet.
started playing good, all of a sudden the golfers didn't have the same stigma that they used to. Like the weird guys that didn't want to play baseball or run track are going to go play golf. And then Bo started playing good and like, maybe golf is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that just shows you how much the sport has grown over the last couple of years. Even Trevor, so you graduated high school in 2017?
18.
Jesus Christ. I was done with college then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it couldn't have been that long. Your balls haven't dropped yet. So in 2018, how were they perceived?
Well, I had two friends that were on the golf team, but I
Did
still
you make
was
fun of them?
a little bit.
Yeah.
But they were like trying to get me to go out, and I was just like, no, like not for me. Like it's just kind of like a weird sport at the time.
So
I hate
it
myself
was
every
weird
day.
in 2018.
It was just kind of like you play golf, and I'm like, kind of still like that snobby kind of for me, and I hate myself every day for it.
Yeah. No, my kids tell me they want to play golf. I'm all for it. I will support them. And I know it's a little more of an expensive, like track is great.
Just
you buy the kids some shoes and they're good to go.
Yeah.
But if they want to be in golf, it'll be the one sport that I didn't play in high school that I won't be a little sad if they don't. Like, if my kids don't want to play football or wrestle, I'm going to be a little sad about it. But if they don't want to run track and they want to golf instead, fucking by all means.
What about baseball?
I don't
care.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to do either, that's completely fine as long as they're doing something.
But you'll be a little bit sad if they don't want to play baseball.
100%.
Yeah.
Because they have so just real quick, golf in 2018 was still a weird thing. I don't think it's like that these days. No. I think it's a little bit cooler. I mean, you look at Jack, for instance.
Right. Yeah,
Jack,
we have some fresh out of high school kid that works in the warehouse.
Yeah, Jack just graduated high school.
My simulator partner for the folks that have been listening for a while.
Yep.
He just graduated high school in 2022.
Yep.
Or
yeah.
No, 2023.
Yeah,
he graduated
spring.
in spring of 2023. And he had quit baseball and he had golfed his senior year. And you know, if for anyone, nobody out there knows Jack. No. But if by chance you do, he is the sickest dude at the high school.
Like that's the best way. The best way to describe Jack is he's just so fucking sick.
He
dude.
is sick.
He's sick.
He is in with the popular kids, and he is that dude.
He is
him.
He is him.
He is Himothy, and Himothy was playing golf, and I know that the way Jack wants to be perceived. If he knew that golf was like this kind of
was lame,
he wouldn't have done it, but he did anyway. So it just shows you how far the sport has come.
Yeah, if he knew if he thought golf was mid, no way he would have done it.
Correct. Yeah,
he would have said no cap, dog.
Yeah, no,
for sure.
No cap. I am playing with the ops.
Okay, so what were we talking about before?
I don't fucking know.
We're talking about college golf, like that transferring afterwards.
Yeah, how it's cool now.
My kid playing golf instead of baseball. Yeah. So here's how I look at that. I still see golf, even in the team aspect in a high school, I still see it as an individual sport. Mm-hmm. And it is, I mean, it's 50-50, right? You have your individual winner and then you have your team winner. It's a lot like wrestling.
Yep.
You have your individual and then you have your dual team. I think kids need more team sports like baseball and football at that 16, 17, 18-year-old age versus an individual sport like golf in high school.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot more important to make more friends, make more memories, to just like play more games. Cause really you have one tournament a week in golf.
Mm-hmm.
In baseball, you might have 3 to 4. You might have two double headers in 4 days. You know?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how high school golf works, but I think I'm with you. I would really like my kids to do one team sport and for sure one individual sport, because I think they both teach very different things, but both things are very important. Like the team, they got to know how to work in a group and that everyone does their role, and then these individual sports really teach accountability. Like there's no one to blame for a bad shot but you. There's no one to blame in a wrestling match for fucking up but yourself.
Yep.
It's a great point. Yeah. No, I completely agree with that take. I want my kids to play sports that are going to end.
Yep.
So like if he's a baseball player, his baseball career, let's just say, is going to end after college, or his baseball career is going to end after high school. His basketball career is going to end after high school or after college, so on and so forth. But his golf career is going to continue on until hopefully he's 70, 80 years old. So I would rather him play those sports that have an end date to them while they can.
Yep.
Because I know that golf is always going to be there. And also, like for us, we have something to work towards. We want to get better. We want to shoot personal best scores. When you're 30 years old, like, and you have that competitive drive like we still have, like that's important to have.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if you're still a scratch handicap, you're still trying to get better.
Right.
Right. But for us, as double digits, we're constantly just trying to get better.
Yeah, I'm getting better. It's just a byproduct. I want to get better, but I don't. Again, me, I don't give a fuck. If I play better, great. If not, great.
There's this is kind of a little bit off topic, but people keep saying the reason that the USA got their asses handed to them was because 9 out of the 12. Jake, how far into this are we? How far into
20
the
minutes? 20
Yeah, we got
minutes-ish.
time. We got time.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
well, we'll save Ryder Cup talk for a second segment.
Sure.
But just real quick, 9 out of the 12 guys hadn't played in a tournament for 5 weeks, right?
Mhm.
And I guess majority of the European team had played 2 weeks ago on whatever tournament that was.
I got a completely different take on why they got their asses kicked.
Well, no, I'm just like, this is, people are like, well,
Yeah.
how are you supposed to prepare for a Ryder Cup if you haven't played for 5 weeks? It's like,
Fucking play regular rounds. You're in Rome. There's golf courses there.
well, no, I was going to say like, I mean, for me to compare myself, right? How they're preparing.
Here we go.
I mean, I'd be like,
Ryan,
I
you've
haven't.
made Team USA?
I've played one time in 5 weeks, and when I go out, this next time I go out within the next week or two, I'm gonna probably play the best golf I've played in a long time.
Yeah. Well,
I'm loosey goosey. My hands don't hurt anymore. I'm fucking like, there's no swing thoughts. Again, that's not how a professional prepares, but just thought it was kind of interesting.
You
yeah.
also have to wear that shirt the next time you go out, though.
Yeah,
I
you
will.
should. It'll be
Yeah.
cold as fuck, but you should
I
wear
will. I'll maybe get like a late afternoon round.
it. So yeah, I took my break, came back. Nothing changed in my game whatsoever. I'm committing now to not playing golf again until my final round with Grandpa Dave. Coming up, couple weeks, final round of the year. Me and G Dave back in Brainerd.
Oh,
And things couldn't be looking better for the old man. I'm not playing great. I'm definitely playing worse than Grandpa Dave right now.
Here's the thing, though. If you play Craigan's, where we were for PGA Tour Canada, he has that excuse saying, hey, you've played the course already this year. You know the course.
So is he.
Oh, he has?
Yeah. and
Oh, okay. Well, then,
I think I've maybe played it one more time than him.
Sure.
Definitely not in our lifetimes. He's played it way more than me.
I'll shut the fuck up.
But in the last couple years, I've maybe played it one more time than he did.
Okay. No excuses.
Because
then.
we played Lehman last year together, 1-1. We played Dutch this year, and I'm sure he's played Dutch. So I've only played each course one time.
Sure. Yeah. I still can't keep all of them separate.
Yeah.
I don't know what is what.
But this will really put the stamp on my season. Like, I had a great season. I loved, achieved all my goals, did everything I absolutely wanted to this season. But the perfect little cherry on top, or the little stink cloud on top, will be how it goes against Grandpa at the end of the year.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I really enjoyed this season too. I had some frustrations, specifically with my golf partner who still hasn't paid up on 3-point poker.
Jesus.
I mean, how is a guy supposed to let that go?
You don't, dude.
yeah.
If Connor owed me from June, I'd be on his fucking ass.
Yeah. I mean, and I had the most cards. I had the most one putts.
Yeah.
So I'm battling with that internally, but I may have to find a new golf partner. Yeah, I mean, it's still too early.
Threatened to break up with him.
Well, I mean, he's my best friend. So,
Yeah, I know, but you can threaten it. You don't have to mean it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's I think it's still too early to talk about. I think it's too early to even think about
Dude,
the end of golf
some-
season because I know it's coming
Courses-
really, really soon.
Some courses close in 2 weeks.
I know that's fucking crazy. I'm also going to South Dakota this weekend. I'm going to try and sneak at least 9 in. I'm going to Custer, South Dakota.
Ooh.
So there may be some cool.
Yeah.
Some
Custer's
cool
a cool
courses.
area, is it not?
I think so.
That's like, is it in the Badlands or not, technically?
It's in the hill. It's in the hills. It's
Black
not in
Hills.
the Badlands.
The Black
It's
Hills.
in the Black Hills.
I get those confused. Badlands is North Dakota,
Yeah.
passed by Teddy Roosevelt. Black Hills are South Dakota mostly.
Yeah.
Correct?
So if you're listening and you're around the Custer area and you want to play 9, if you can get us an early tee time, I'd be down to meet up and play.
Yeah.
So
Good
it's gotta
idea.
be early though, because I got the wife, the kid, and the mother-in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-law.
So you're going to golf with Ryan and all of them.
Yep.
No, if anything, it's just me and the brother-in-law. Not even sure if it's gonna work out, but I'm just throwing that out there.
And that's like, this comes out tomorrow on Wednesday. So
Yeah,
you got a
Friday.
day's notice to get a hold of Ryan.
Yeah, I'm leaving Friday. I did want to talk about something. This last weekend, there was multiple different events that I was having to not like dress up for, but just put something on presentable to go out to. And wearing this polo, it made me think of just this point in general. But when you get to a certain point in your golf career, your closet also matches that point in your golf career.
Oh yeah, dude.
So I've been golfing consistently for 3 years now, like hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go in my closet, I cannot walk out of my closet and then walk out of the house without looking like I'm going to go fucking play 18 holes. So
Dude,
it's like,
with 50% of my overwear, like sweatshirts or anything that goes over a t-shirt, are fucking golf quarter zips.
Yeah.
I have an entire rack in my closet right now dedicated to golf polos.
I even what would the word be? Binged a bunch of my clothes.
Purge.
Purged a bunch of my clothes. And so I had like the rack I'm talking about is probably 2.5 feet long.
Same.
It was half full. And now after this year, it is completely full. And I have to just shove everything over to one side just to get one more hanger on, and then shove everything over just to get one more hanger on.
Right.
And now I'm out of hangers. Before I had 15 hangers just dangling there, and now I'm out.
It's a good problem to have. Like we're getting like we have a bunch of cool golf shit.
Yeah.
But like, I also purged a bunch of golf clothes.
Purged to me.
How many did I give you? Like 4 or 5?
More than that. I would say like 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. And my whole thing is still full of fucking polos. If you go back and watch our videos from 3 years ago when we first started, I had 4 polos.
Same.
And I just cycled those bitches every
Same.
4 videos. And you can go and check the tape, and they were shitty polos.
Same.
But now I can go in there and just do like a whole fashion montage from a 90s movie of just golf shit. And like there's stuff that I've never worn. Like everybody and their brother, like, Tyler's got a golf podcast. He would want lots of golf stuff for his birthday and Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if I'm wearing like fucking jeans and like a pair of Timberland boots or something. If I'm standing at the bar and someone across the bar sees me, they're like, "Hey, did you just get back from playing 18?"
Yep.
It's like, what, because of the quarter zip? Or how is it because I'm wearing a hat? A golf, like what? No, I haven't golfed in 3 weeks.
Well, and so
no,
like,
I didn't get done playing 18.
And that the great thing for us, for you and I, and for you guys as well, we get free golf shit. Like,
Yeah.
and we're super grateful. Like we get stuff sent to us quite a bit, and a lot of it's really cool stuff. But even for people not like us, like Connor has zero affiliation, doesn't have a doesn't have a golf podcast.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a sponsorship of any way. He's just a casual guy that likes golf. Same shit. He got into it after college. The only thing that guy owns is golf stuff. His entire closet is just golf shit. Even his work stuff, it's like, nah, I want the polo that I can golf in. And it's like, what do we do? Are we going to be wearing golf polos the rest of our lives?
I don't know. I don't know how things get trimmed down in the closet with the point I'm at now.
Yeah.
As I'm thinking about it more, it's like I can't go from a 2.5 foot completely full clothes rack to just like, I can't cycle all of that stuff out and just put new stuff out. Like, well, what am I supposed to wear?
We could sell some
like
of it on the pod.
We could do that, but all the shit we have is all the shit I have.
Trevor,
I still wear.
you're too little, dude. You're scrawny as shit. He's over there pointing to himself like he wants it. I might actually have some stuff that's too small for me.
Yes.
Jake and I wear pretty similar size. All the stuff I gave you fit me still. Does it fit you?
Yeah.
Or is it big?
No, it's fit me great.
Okay.
Yeah, we're the same size.
I might have some ones that are too small for me. You can have, Trevor.
Let's go.
So yeah, it's at our age, it's tough. And even the wife is like, we're just going to go out for dinner, right? We're not going to go play 18 holes. I'm like, I know that, but especially the time of year too. Like a lot of my golf clothes are specifically for this time of year.
Do you wear polos to weddings?
No, I don't. Luckily not. I do. Well, here's the thing.
I do once in a while.
I have 2 shirts that I wear to weddings. And I just, it's like this one, then that one, then this one, then that one. Luckily. But again, the clothes that I'll wear to the groom supper, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I wore.
Hey, you must have just got back from the course. Nope, I didn't. This just happened to be one of the 50 golf polos in my closet that I thought would look good for the groom supper.
I wore golf polos to every single wedding I went to this summer. And
it's a great move.
There were a couple weddings where I wore a golf polo and golf shorts to the wedding, where it just literally stuff that I have worn golfing before, and I just didn't give a shit.
Well, that goes back to like if you do bring your sticks to a wedding and that's how you're dressed,
even if
you could walk right onto the course and just blend right in.
I've never been to a wedding on a golf course.
It's fun.
Missing out.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard.
But yeah, it's like you wear that to a wedding, and if someone gave you a hat, you put the hat on, they're like, you look like you just shot a personal best today.
Yep.
What else? I mean, I don't know how to work myself out of it is what I'm trying to say. And I don't necessarily want to have that image at all times. But at the same time, it's also really good for small talk because you know a golfer when you see a golfer.
Yep.
And if he's wearing a dry fit Adidas polo with, whatever course from
Leonard Country Club,
from Idaho or wherever on it, it's like, hey, that guy knows what's up. That guy definitely golfs. If I'm just meeting him for the first time, it's like, hey,
that guy definitely sells insurance.
What kind of he sells insurance. Like, hey, what kind of sticks you swinging these days? Idaho, really? God, I've always wanted to go there.
I played in Coeur d'Alene once.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
On the simulator.
Yeah. How'd you do on the floating green?
Dude, the golf.
You parred the floating green? Dude, that is like the most iconic hole, I feel like, in the entire United States. Dude, and so, for anyone who doesn't want to golf the floating green in Coeur d'Alene, do they even golf? That's the question.
Golfers have the exact same conversation as people who are like, hey, yeah, I have family in California. They're like, oh, cool. I have family in Fresno. Where are yours? LA. Nowhere near each other, right? But if someone comes up to you like, yeah, I played golf in Montana. Like, no shit. I played golf in Montana. You ever been to Billings? No, I was in the exact opposite end of the state. But it always happens the exact same way every time.
But it doesn't even matter if you've golfed in the same place or not. Like, you can always find that little piece to attach to and relate to that person. Golf is potentially one of the greatest small talk pieces of all time.
Absolutely. Besides cars, maybe.
Well, that's
there's not many car guys.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot more car guys golf than golf guys
are car guys.
Are car guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but like, it's the one small talk I don't hate.
100%.
That and like just sports talk in general is the only small talk that I am not just waiting for the conversation to end.
I completely agree. And also, I mean, when you find out that you guys have golfed the same course.
Electric. Oh, dude, how did you do on 13? Yeah. How did you play the uphill green like that?
And then we could pull up 18 birdies and be like, dude, check out the friends list on 18 birdies.
Oh my God.
Almost 500 friends on 18 birdies. And they're like, oh my God, that's crazy. And then we connect on 18 birdies, and then he golfs and I comment on his round and vice versa. And it literally creates relationships.
Yeah.
So the clothing and the small talk in the world of golf can create some of the most lifelong friendships and relationships ever.
Dude, it is wild with golf. How you can become a friend with someone, even if you've known them. So Anthony, you golfed with me, Anthony, and Connor, right? I've known Anthony for years. And I think this summer is the first summer that I would say we are good friends. Like, we've always been friends. Like, we don't ever reach out to hang out with each other outside of things for the last 5-6 years. But we golfed together this year for the first time. He joined the league as an alternate as well. And now I would say we're good friends because we golf together, and that's it. Like, basically the only time we hang out was golfing, and then all of a sudden it turned into a lake day.
Yep.
It's like, this isn't my golf buddy anymore. He's just an actual buddy, and that doesn't happen without golf, which is wild.
I'm in the process, and me and my golf buddies have never done this. I got my golf buddies are kind of spread across the board in terms of like what type of person they are. I got one guy, we talked about this, golf guys in a group chat. We got the flake, my buddy Jared. I mean, if I can get that guy on a course once a year, we can plan on golfing 15 times and we can get out once. So I got him. And then
it's a bad ratio.
I got my buddy Adam, and he's just not, he won't pay up. He won't pay his debts. And it pisses me off sometimes.
You got the flake and the snake.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then my buddy Preston, he just got into golf. He just got his PXGs this year. And he doesn't care enough for me. He also likes to play really fast. So like he'll hit a shot and then he'll just walk to his ball. I'm like, hey, just hop in the cart. Or like come with me to hit my ball. And he'll just start walking to it. Anyway.
Ryan, you do that too.
But not all the time.
Like after a bad shot, you walk to it.
Yeah. To think
we let him
things,
though because we don't want to go talk to him after.
But but my buddy Preston may be 3 shots ahead of me. He might be on the green while I'm still 250 out on a par 5. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm getting at is I'm in the process of planning a golf trip now for all 4 of us because that's our time together now.
Yep.
We've never taken a golf trip before, the 4 of us, and I'm hoping that this year is the year.
That'd be sweet.
Thinking Arizona. I'm gonna, since I've been there and I kind of know the ins and outs, I'm gonna plan the whole thing. Say, hey, here's what you owe. Let me know if you can make it, and if we can make that happen, it's gonna be a fucking unbelievable trip.
Can I make a suggestion? A little cheaper golf.
Want to come with?
No, I don't want to.
Actually, though,
I think it'd be strange to add a random 5th to your group of 4 guys.
well, Jared ain't. He ain't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he flakes, let me know.
Okay. Love you, Jared.
Let me make a suggestion for you. I think you should go to Myrtle Beach. Golf's
That's
a little
spendy though.
No, golf's cheaper there
But
than
it's
Arizona.
spendy to get there.
I mean, the flight, you might be right. The flight might be a little more expensive.
Yeah.
But I think you should try it. I think you would like it.
I've been to South Carolina. I've golfed in South Carolina a couple times.
And
it is really sweet.
And the Myrtle Beach folks, somehow just me golfing there twice we get commented on Golf Myrtle Beach, like the city of Myrtle Beach comments on our shit now and follows us. And they genuinely they probably could hook you up with some good deals.
I did. Okay, so let me share this with you before we go into the break. I did get invited on a 7-day Myrtle Beach golf trip.
Holy shit.
With Pine to Palm Jace, who is now my
2 years ago.
He's now my golf buddy because we golfed one round together 2 years ago. And we've known each other really well ever since. So him and another buddy have a friend who is he's turning 60 years old. And these guys are like low 30s. They got this buddy, he's turning 60. And they're taking a 7-day Myrtle Beach golf trip for his 60th birthday in the midst of NHL playoffs.
And the Canes are good, correct?
And these guys are big hockey guys. So you have there's 4 Americans and 4 Canadians because their 60-year-old buddy's Canadian. So they're doing the kind of like Ryder Cup style, America versus Canada.
Fuck yeah,
Myrtle
that's
Beach,
sweet.
7 days during the midst of NHL playoffs. And I'm not going to be able to make it.
God, that sounds awesome.
They asked me to be at part of Team USA, and I said, "Fuck you, I can't make it."
That sounds like a top 5 golf trip, especially if they're hockey guys. Who loves hockey more than Canadians and Americans?
I know. Well, and here's the thing too. They booked this Airbnb right on the beach, and they got a stupid good price for it. And the owner of the Airbnb messaged them and said, "Hey, we really screwed up on this listing. Like, it should actually be listed for this much more. Like, can you just cancel your booking? Blah blah blah." Guy didn't even respond. Like the Canadian who set it up.
Hell yeah. Well, that's the right move.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to unbook and pay you more.
Yeah, why would you? Hey, this is your fault that you booked it for $400 a night, beachside, Myrtle Beach, 7 days.
No, what he should do, he should wait until 3 days before, so it's not awkward when it comes to 3 days before. Respond, be like, "Oh God, I can't find something new. I'm sorry, I can't cancel now. And because he won't find someone new to fill that spot.
Yeah.
So he's just going to take the money he can.
Yeah.
And then you don't look like a bad guy for ghosting.
Well, no, usually you don't meet the owners of it anyway. So I just say, fuck them. That's their fault.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Max credit card out already.
Now I'm broke now.
Drain the bank account for 7 days in Myrtle Beach. Anyway, so I'm pretty bummed about that.
I would be.
But I hope I can get the AZ trip scheduled with my buddy. That'd be an unbelievable time. Golf brings everybody together. Brings out the best in people. Also brings out the worst in people. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. And I got some questions for the Ryder Cup aficionado, Trevor.
Yes, Trevor's first job.
You're on the spot.
You've
This
been
next
tasked
segment.
with something.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Ole, 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 ole. I've always been a Team Europe guy.
Yeah, right.
I still ride with the USA.
Nah.
Ride or die USA because I'm from here.
Me too.
Born and raised, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I was born and raised in Europe a long, long time ago. I was not.
You were not born there.
My
In my first
ancestors
life.
were
Or
born and
raised there.
raised in Scotland, Ireland.
I bet you.
Majority of Scotland, Ireland. I'm a majority Scots-Irish is what they would call that in Europe.
I bet if we did a bunch of Ryan historical research, we'd find out that your last name used to be O'Shealy.
Probably. I'm more Scottish than Irish, though.
Still, though.
Regardless of the fact, I'm a ride or die Team USA because this is where I'm from. However, the showing that they put on.
Woof.
Yikes.
Okay. First observation, you guys. Before I give you my first observation, let me clear the air here. I watched 10 minutes of the Ryder Cup. It's in Europe. It started at the first matches started at 12:35 a.m. I'm sleeping. I was able to watch a little bit on Friday, like late morning, kind of the tail end of JT and Spieth's match.
I watched the whole back nine on Friday.
Okay.
So I rolled into work, immediately turned it on, and I got to watch the fourth group was on hole 8. So the first group was on like hole 12 or some shit.
Yeah.
But I watched basically the whole back nine on Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, I caught I would check in every 20 minutes in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Friday, we were moving the warehouse, so I didn't get a chance to. Saturday, I was working outside, and Sunday, I was watching football.
Yep.
So I didn't get to watch a whole lot. But first observation, I actually didn't realize how much the location and the home crowd plays into who wins the Ryder Cup. Team Europe has not lost in Europe since 1993, and Big JD1 was part of Team USA.
Hell yeah. So basically, we just sent the entire American culture
Pretty much.
with John Daly to Europe.
Yep. 1993 was the last time Team USA won.
I wasn't
in
even
Europe.
born.
So,
That was the year I was born. And that's crazy because it's easy for us to see because we were at the last Ryder Cup in Whistling Straits. USA, it was the largest margin of victory, I believe,
Ever.
in Ryder Cup history.
Yep.
Team USA dominated Team Europe. And I understand the teams now are different. Team Europe, Ian Poulter is gone, kind of whatever. They got a bunch of young guys who are super solid. Ludwig is going to be a really good golfer. Bobby McIntyre is a solid golfer. These young guys. Victor's like 26 years old.
absolute dog.
He's becoming my favorite golfer. Yeah.
He's at the turning point to where like he was chasing greatness, and he's
getting to it
there. He's solidifying his name, but arguably like Team Europe against Team USA, I feel like is almost better this year than they were 2 years ago.
On paper, they were
on
better.
paper.
Yeah.
And Team Europe was like, they were younger, they were more inexperienced, but they
Hungrier.
dominated. And it's home turf and it's home crowd.
I think that what Team Europe had too, that was actually really cool. And it's interesting in golf, like a normal USA versus anyone else. I have almost no respect for the other country. It's like, fuck you, America's going to dominate you. Watching Team Europe was really cool because I like those golfers. I watch them every single week.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit different of a vibe. But they had everything you want for a team, right? Veteran leadership, people who've been there before that are vocal leaders and lead by example as well. And Rory.
Rory,
Right.
Shane Lowry,
Yep.
Tyrell Hatton.
Yeah, and all the way down. Then they have your solids, like I would say Hatton's Mr. Solid, like Fleetwood, right? And then they have these young guys like Ludwig and Victor that are coming up. Well, I would even say Hovland is one of the solid guys in the middle as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But just top to bottom, they have everything that like a cool sports team in any sport like football has. They've got the electric rookies, the old vet, the Mr. Consistence.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of team cohesion. Like you mentioned before the break, that people are blaming the U.S. is just sitting around not being able to play golf. I think the biggest reason they lost is because Team USA bickered about shit the entire fucking week. There was way too much drama going on with Team USA.
Give me an example.
So before it even started, Brooks basically calls out his teammates. And like there's already tension with him being a live golfer. And a reporter asked Brooks, like, all right, when it came down, if the Ryder Cup comes down to one shot, everyone on your team would probably say they want the ball, right? How many of them do you think actually mean it? And he told the truth. He's like, very few would actually mean it. They don't want that ball. I want that ball, which he's probably right. Very few probably actually want it. But in a team sport, don't immediately call out the rest of your team.
You got to be political about the answer. You gotta say, well, I think we all want it, but we'll give it to the guy who we think's got the best shot. Whatever. Yeah.
Give us a bullshit sports answer. That's not the time to be honest. You can start bitching and calling out your teammates after. Like why cause cohesion in the locker room beforehand? And then we got Cantlay playing slower than a sloth, bitching about not getting paid.
Okay, that's what I want to get to. I mean, is that even true? What like was he? Yeah. How do we know that though?
So
it just reports said
he did bitch about not getting paid, but then everybody thought he protested by not wearing his hat. He didn't wear his hat the last year of the Ryder Cup. He doesn't. It doesn't
Rory hasn't
fit
wear
right.
it. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing: a lot of the times, these guys will wear hats in the PGA. All the time, they'll wear hats in PGA because sponsorships.
Yep.
You can fill that hat with sponsorships, and it makes sense for them. Ryder Cup. You're not relying on sponsorships, and nor can you wear that. So some of them choose to not wear hats. So the thing about Cantlay bitching about not getting paid, like no one has proved that he even said that. It's just reports said that Patrick Cantlay has been upset about not getting paid. He knows he can just decline the offer to play in the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, but then he chose day 3 to start complaining when the team's down, and it's just like
that's why I'm not. I don't know if that actually was said.
There was no grit, dude.
Because reporters can do that to get into the heads of Team USA.
Yeah, but it's American news outlets also reporting on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I also think
I don't know. Like that. Well, that's the thing about like journalism these days. Like, how do you know what to believe?
And I also will admit that I love to hate on Cantlay. And
for sure.
He's one of those guys. Everyone has that person in sports that they love to hate on for no particular reason other than they piss you off, right? Like Kirk Cousins has a lot of people like that love to hate on him. I love to hate on Cantlay. Everything that guy does fucking bugs me all the way down to his face. I mean, he's an awesome golfer and seems like he's an okay person. I don't know what kind of person he is, but he's just one of those athletes I love to hate.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. It's also like people don't get paid to be on Team USA at the Olympics.
They do.
They do?
Yeah.
By who?
Us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you get paid to be in Team USA. You get sponsorships and
okay.
Like Team USA, like in the Olympics, is sponsored by McDonald's and shit like that.
Gotcha.
You get paid to be on it.
Okay.
Some countries you don't get paid shit, but I'm pretty sure every Olympic athlete gets paid something.
I think so.
Well, even just like looking at the Ryder Cup specifically, they've never been paid.
They do get,
and he knows that. So why would he? That's my biggest thing is like, why would he bitch about that when he already knows that?
They do get $200,000 to donate to charity, though. I did see that. So
it's phenomenal.
I mean,
guy doesn't need any more money.
And you guys are the top golfers in the world. Like, you guys are making millions on tour. Why do you need more money?
Yeah, you wore that hat. That hat has a sponsorship on it. That sponsor is giving you money.
Yep.
So yeah, I didn't know what to think about that.
What deets do you have on it? Because we tasked Trevor with doing a bunch of Ryder Cup research so that you, the fans, know that you're getting factual information from us for possibly the first time in breakfast ball history.
Well, we hope it's factual.
Yeah. So if direct all hate for inaccuracies to Trevor, please.
I don't really have anything more from the Cantley situation, but I did see something yesterday about Xander Schauffele.
I did too.
He was, about to get pulled from the team because he didn't want to sign the contract because he wanted...
The contract for the PGA Tour of America.
Yep, because they do the Ryder Cup. They're in charge of the Ryder Cup.
Gotcha.
So he didn't want to sign it because he wanted to argue that they should let Netflix come into the locker room and record it for Full Swing next season.
Mm-hmm.
And they kept fighting on it. And they literally said, they like threatened him, if you don't sign it, you're off the team.
So basically, he wanted Netflix to be there. The Ryder Cup didn't.
Yes.
And that was the sticking point?
Yep.
Fuck, man.
And
I wish they would have let Netflix in.
I know. It'd been insane. But, and then they like had some like legal disputes on how they weren't sending the contract over in time. So then Xander just kind of like signed it and just called it fucking whatever it is.
Guys, this is a tournament that is just, it's just supposed to be fun. This one isn't like, it's not a major. So your career isn't staked on it. This is just a fun thing for the world to watch. Like I want them to take it seriously. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the Ryder Cup doesn't matter for standings. It doesn't matter for any points. It doesn't matter for your paycheck because you're not getting paid. It's supposed to be a fun tournament.
Matters for your country, though.
Does it?
I mean,
A little bit.
yeah.
Because it doesn't for Europe because it's 10 countries. What's more than that? But
That is true.
Yeah. Well, it should be more for the U.S. then. 'Cause
Right.
It's our country.
I also think
So,
these
like-
guys want to play on Team USA. They definitely want to play. They obviously want to play well, but they want to do whatever they can to secure a spot for the following Ryder Cup. So like JT, for instance, if you don't even look at his previous Ryder Cup performances and you just look at like this past year that he wouldn't be on the team.
yeah.
But
Correct.
because he's been dominant and a huge leader on Ryder Cup teams in the past, that's why he got in.
Yeah.
So a lot of these guys want to solidify that spot for future Ryder Cups.
So who performed the best out of Team USA?
Max Homa was the only one with a positive record.
Wow.
And he's a first timer.
Yep. All the captain's picks played completely shit.
Damn. So is it on Zach Johnson?
I mean,
be.
that's the only thing I've been reading is that what was Zach Johnson doing?
Damn. So you immediately have no faith in your coach. Well, because the coach changes every year, right? So Zach Johnson won't be it
Yep,
for
correct.
next time.
Tiger.
That would
Tiger.
be sick. A
Yeah,
Tiger
well-
Woods coached Ryder
Or
Cup
John
team.
Daly.
They would never let him do it.
Okay, so here's the thing. Next Ryder Cup is in at Bethpage Black.
Yep.
I would love to see Tiger as Ryder Cup captain in Europe.
Yeah.
I think
That would be the edge we might need.
because you don't need Tiger as the captain for an American Ryder Cup. You need him as captain for a European Ryder Cup to turn the tide back to Team USA winning in Europe.
Yeah.
God, that would be cool. I'm trying to think of who else would be a cool coach. I don't think they would ever let Phil do it again or
No.
ever.
No, I mean even guys like Gary Player, like those old
He's
school guys
old.
who are all about like they're like very philosophical and they know how to like they're so wise and they know what it means to these players and the PGA and America in general for Team USA to perform well. I don't know. I just think like one of these old
Mhm.
vets would crush being head coach.
Yeah, Gary Player in my mind would be kind of like a Bill Belichick.
Kind of. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So Homa's the only one that did anything. What did we have anyone else like at least win a little?
Not really. We had a couple people go like even, but nothing like positive.
Jesus.
So
So it's just a total ass whooping.
Cantley went 2-2. Harmon went 2-2. Everybody else negative.
It was also very European to be so many ties. I saw a lot of ties, and that's just, in my opinion, ties are very European.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
It's fucking soccer and shit. I hate draws, dude.
I did think it was kind of cool though. Like, you look at all the fans there and how in support of Team Europe they were. I mean, the fans of the Ryder Cup go fucking crazy, and going into a soccer country or a football country, to see people get this hyped about golf is actually kind of sweet.
Actually, even their celebrations. Like I was watching the Team Europe celebrations where they would all they would go, and then hoist the trophy, and everyone in the crowd would just go nuts. And then they passed the trophy around the whole winner's circle.
Yeah.
And everybody did it. And it was just it was the most European celebration of all time. And deep down, I was like, that's a little cool.
I am actually so jealous of European sports culture. Their sports culture is way better than we're just loud, right? They're loud and creative. Like European sports chants beat the ever living shit out of our sports chants.
They're bonded by their chants.
Yeah, their victory chants, their especially soccer, dude. Their chant, they have a chant for every player.
Yeah. I mean, look at the skull chant, like how electric that is. It's like
and
one of
that's
the most
basic.
electric chants in football.
We also stole it from the Europeans.
We did. We stole it.
So we
We stole it from what was it?
Vikings.
Sweden's soccer team.
Yeah, something like that. The rugby, maybe. I don't know.
Something.
So I didn't watch any of the Ryder Cup. What I was paying attention to, though, was the drama behind everything. So it started after day 2, going into day 3.
At the end of day 2.
Yeah, at the end of day 2. So Rory is walking into his car, or to his car.
Before this.
Okay, break it down for me.
So on the 18th green, it was the last match on Saturday. It was Cantley and Wyndham Clark versus Fitzpatrick and Rory. Cantley had a 40-foot birdie putt, sunk it to win the hole and pretty much win the match. Yep. And then he waved his cap, or fake waved his cap that he didn't have. His caddy is waving his cap too, and all the Americans that are watching are waving their cap too. Because the whole day during the Ryder Cup, European fans were mocking Cantley because he didn't wear hats. So they're all waving their hats.
Oh, okay.
So that's how it kind of started.
And now Cantley's caddy is Tiger's old caddy, Joe LaCava, right?
Yep.
Bones.
And then
That's
that's JT's caddy.
okay. Yep. Sorry.
Lecrae or
Okay.
LaCarva.
Cantley's caddy, Joe LaCava. I saw him waving his hat.
Yep. And then he's doing that while Rory's trying to putt. So he's standing in his area and he's waving his hat. And then Shane Lowry's off the green just yells, get off the green, move your in Rory's way.
Sure.
And then Joe turns, just tells him to shut the fuck up. Ooh. So that's how we started. And
Rory's putt is to tie the hole.
Correct.
Okay.
To have it. And then Rory misses it. And then they all kind of walk off. And then Rory goes to the parking lot. And this is where you probably see in the clip.
Yep.
He yells, this can't happen. This is fucking stupid. But it wasn't to Cantley's caddy. It was to JT's caddy, who just happened to walk out, wrong place, wrong time, and just got yelled at.
Because LaCava was standing right next to Rory.
Yep. On his
during this.
They say on his line, but it wasn't in his line, but it was kind of near his line while he's trying to line it up and get his routine going
So
through.
he wasn't standing over the ball?
No.
Get the fuck over it, Rory.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, in the parking lot, wasn't Joe LaCava standing next to Rory in the parking lot, or was that JT's caddy?
That was JT's caddy.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so I know I just said I love to hate Cantley. I'm so far on Cantley's team. It's the Ryder Cup. Have a little fucking fire. I was just bitching about how there wasn't enough of it. That's the shit I want to see. I want him to give it back to the crowd a little bit. If he wasn't in your line and you weren't over the ball, they have every right to celebrate making a 45-foot putt.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've seen Rory get fired up too, especially after the merger. That's a side of Rory that we honestly hadn't really seen before. And now I feel like we're seeing it more and more often. So I don't know what's up.
Especially after just running over the Americans. Maybe you lost your match, Rory. Who cares? You're kicking the living shit out of the United States. Get over it, dude.
It was his only loss.
You'd have done the same shit if it was you that just sunk the 45-foot putt and people were mocking you for not wearing a hat. You'd have done the same damn thing.
Hey, here's the thing, though. Is there a psychological aspect behind Rory blowing up, though? Because when his teammates see Rory's sticking up for Team Europe at this point. It's not just him in that situation. When those young guys see him with that passion and with that fire, chirping and getting back at the people who he's pissed off at,
it cares to him.
that would light a fire under my ass. It's like, let's fucking whoop these Americans.
You're right. It is good that he cares about it and he was passionate enough to voice his concerns. But what would really have gotten me fired up as a teammate of Rory is if he makes the putt and then taunts it back at their face.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I mean, I think
sick.
that's a bigger FU than getting mad in the parking lot.
It reminded me a lot of a NASCAR race.
Like getting
Of two drivers in the pits, like coming at each other and throwing hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that's not the time or place. Like if you're gonna have a rebuttal, do it right there. If you're really that upset, don't take it to the parking lot because after the fact, because that seems more whiny to me than I'm determined to come back. It seems I'm upset. I'm upset that they were doing stuff on the green.
See, but that's what people want to see, those parking lot interactions. People want to see the NASCAR style arguments and fucking fist fights that potentially could that could have happened. Shane Lowry's holding Rory back from Rory wasn't going to do anything.
No.
He was just going to try and verbally whatever.
Did Rory say something like, sorry, I got the wrong caddy?
No, he did apologize to him, but it was like wrong place, wrong time. He just walked out and he just wanted to scream at somebody, basically.
And so did JT's caddy even know what was happening?
He kind of knew because he was there watching, but I mean, I think Roy did apologize afterwards, the fact, but he was just so hot that day, he just couldn't deal with it.
Interesting. Okay, then we go into day 3 and sorry, go ahead.
On Saturday, there was Ryder Cup history again. So Scheffler and Brooks, 2 of probably top 10 golfers, correct?
Easily.
Got their asses fucking kicked by Hovland and Ludwig. 9 and 7.
See, that's the problem with this is I kind of like that.
They tied 2 holes and lost the rest.
God, because I really like those. I really like Victor, and the Ludwig story is cool. And it sucks because I just don't want to be happy for Europe in any way, but I am a little.
Well, yeah, you got
Yeah.
Brooks Brooks doesn't want to share the top spot or the spotlight with anybody. And when he gets paired up with the number 1 player in the world, being Scotty Scheffler, it's just like that to me, that is just not a great pairing.
Well, Brooks, if you're the one that wants the ball all the time when it matters, maybe you should have done better than tie 2
win a
holes.
fucking hole.
Yeah. So I think, and then you have Victor and Ludwig, who I feel like are 2 very selfless people, and they just like want to win as a team. I mean, that the rest is history. That's literally all you need.
It was disgusting.
We got out-teamed by the Europeans.
Big time.
Pretty much.
And that all falls on Zach Johnson.
Yeah.
So like someone like the Vikings losing, Kirk is in first in damn near every quarterback stat this year in the NFL.
Not anymore. Bad last week. But you were right.
But
Through 3
before
weeks,
this
he
last
was.
week. And someone's got to get blamed for the Vikings losing, and it's going to be Kirk Cousins.
Yep.
Someone has to get blamed for the Americans getting their asses kicked. It's going to be Zach Johnson. And I think Zach Johnson had a lot bigger part to play in it than Kirk Cousins does with the Vikings. But
yeah, but I mean, that's just the nature of team sports, is that you can make all the right decisions and still lose, like individually. Yeah.
And then we go into Sunday.
Stroke play.
Stroke play, 1v1.
No.
It's not.
It's still match play.
Match play.
Yep.
Match V1. It's the only 1v1.
Yep.
Yeah,
Singles,
1v1
1v1.
match. Okay.
See,
Team
thank
USA
God Trevor, we'd have got that
I know.
wrong.
We got so much shit wrong. Team USA actually,
Has a chance.
they had a chance, and
They had to win out though, right?
We had to win like 6 out of the 8, I believe, or
Okay.
5 out of the 8.
damn, which is very possible.
Yep.
It happened last year.
But after everything Friday and everything Saturday,
There's just no shot.
there's no shot. There's no shot.
It was like it would be the largest comeback in Ryder Cup history if we won.
There's no chance they were going to win Sunday.
No. And then the highly anticipated match of Rahm and Scheffler ended in a tie. So they
Yeah,
still
that-
can't decide who's better. They
That's
just have to.
crazy. What a
It's-
great matchup, though.
Everybody wanted to see it.
So,
It's-
okay, give us the matchups for Sunday and who won.
So we got Scheffler and Rahm tied. Victor Hovland versus Colin Morikawa. Hovland won 4 and 3. Cantley versus Rose.
Okay, time out. Let's explain what 4 and 3 means.
Okay, so
They're up 4 with 3 holes left to play, so it's no chance you can win.
Yes.
Yeah, so
because
let's
like when I first started getting into golf, when I saw 4 and 3, I was like, okay, he won 4 holes, Morikawa won 3, and they tied the rest.
it'd
That's
be
what
like,
I used to think it meant.
yeah, you're going into hole 15, you are up. You're up 3 points going into hole number 15.
Mm-hmm.
You win hole number 15, being up 3 points. Sorry, you win hole number 15 to go up 4 points, but there's only 3 holes left to play, so the other person cannot make a comeback.
Right. And like I'm just explaining that for people that because I thought it was a completely different thing when I first started watching golf.
Yep.
So 4 and 3 is he put it out of reach with 3 holes to go.
Yep.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, you only really got to worry about the last number.
Yep.
Yeah.
Essentially. Yeah.
Then we had Cantley versus Rose, which was the slow group on Sunday.
Damn.
Cantley won 2-1, so up 2 with 1 to play. Then we had Rory and Burns. Rory was 3 up with 1 to play. Homa was playing Matt Fitzpatrick and won on the last hole.
Nice.
Hatton versus Harmon. Hatton won 3 up with 2 to play. Ludwig Auberg versus Koepka. Koepka won 3 up, 2 to play.
I actually would have loved Ludwig to beat Koepka.
That would be kind of cool.
That would have been
Yeah,
sick.
that would have been terrible. JT 2 up against Straka.
Seb.
Yep.
Seb.
Shoffley won 3 up to 2 to Hogard.
Yep.
Lowry and Spieth halved. Fleetwood, which was the clinching one, beat Ricky 3 up with 1 to play.
Yeah, okay, so break us down. Fleetwood and Ricky on number 18.
No, it would have been, was it 18?
Or what? The last hole.
So Ricky went in the water, and then Fleetwood like hit a chip, or was it? He hit a putt, and it got to like 2 or 3 feet. You know, like not gonna miss it. Ricky conceded it, giving Europe the win, and everybody's like, "Why did you like make him? Why didn't you make him putt it? Why did you just give it to him? He's a pro player. He's not gonna miss that."
I would have made him putt it without a doubt.
Also, it wasn't like we're gonna come back.
I am, you know me, I'm very generous with gimmies, but in the Ryder Cup, to clinch the entire tournament, I don't care if it's an inch. It's
100%.
It's the ceremony of it all. You can't have the tournament end on a gimme. Like that's even if, like I said, even if it's an inch, it's boring for the Ryder Cup to end on him picking a ball up.
Yeah, I'm with you. That ball should be picked out of the hole to win the tournament.
We still lost 16.5 to 11.5, so it didn't matter.
Look,
But
think about when golf is the most electric, when the crowd loses their shit. It's when a ball drops into the cup.
because after the hit, they're like, "Oh," and then
that's just,
I'm with you.
It's lame in my opinion.
I'm with you.
And I think it's kind of out of character for Ricky, to be honest.
Yeah, and I didn't hear a whole lot about Ricky throughout the weekend.
Pretty quiet,
A
wasn't
couple
he?
guys I didn't hear anything about is Harmon, Ricky. That was pretty much it.
Wyndham, not really.
Yeah, Wyndham Clark. I
Yeah.
didn't hear a ton about him. But yeah, I mean, y'all know what happened in the golfs like who won what, won what days. What we're most interested about is the shit going on behind the scenes. That's why we enjoy shit like this.
We do have one more that was happened after the Ryder Cup. Brooks Koepka took to Instagram to post Ricky, Homa, Burns, and Shoffley all in live
that.
shirts and saying, "I make money moves."
I saw
Shut the
that.
fuck up.
So I don't know if he's trying to recruit.
Wait. What's that
or,
list again?
Homa, Fowler, Shoffley, and Burns.
That would be the biggest
saw
get
that.
they've ever gotten.
There's no way though.
I don't know if it's like a jab at he was the only live guy or if it's trying
They were all
to-
wearing live shirts.
Yes.
They don't put
photoshopped.
No.
they
all
don't
wore
put those shirts on unless they're serious.
I don't know. But
I
no
don't-
drama.
Well, because he's a part of the GC Crushers or what? Is that Brooks's team?
I think so. I don't know. His team.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Why?
Homa's been very against the live.
Well, look at Ricky too. So is Ricky. Ricky should have went.
Yeah.
He was dog shit I'm sure when he got the contract offer. And now Ricky is he's a top, he's a top.
Yeah, he's back.
He's back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why would he leave now?
Are they the
He's been in
Smashers?
contract now that he's back.
I don't know.
I mean, they're
don't know.
merged or whatever, owned by the same entity now.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. They're not merged, but you know what I mean.
This is a crazy sport.
Yeah.
I really like I like the drama and the landscape of golf right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because None of this matters to me.
No, me either.
But
But
it's
it's
great
entertaining.
entertainment.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what golf has been lacking the last 100 years is good entertainment.
Yeah. It's the late 90s, early 2000s, and then it kind of went quiet. And
Yeah.
now we're back.
Now we're back.
Smashers is his team.
Holy
Smashers.
shit.
Smash,
Oh.
yep, Smashers. The photo is legit. I just went and looked at it. They're wearing
Interesting.
t-shirts.
All right.
Well, I think if it would have been because Brooks posted it on his page, if he would have photoshopped that, there would have been some.
They would have
legal
called
shit
him out,
going
yeah.
on,
Yeah.
All right. So another Ryder Cup in the books. We're on to Bethpage Black 2025.
2 years from now. So yeah.
Go back to
Odd
Europe
numbered.
2027, and then we're in Minneapolis, Minnesota, baby.
2029.
I'll be there.
I'll be playing.
Come on, Trevor. All right, guys. That's all we got. Little Ryder Cup talk for you. Not too much pro golf talk. I mean, we could have gotten deep into it, but why?
I mean, we could have done an entire episode on it, but we spared you because we all know you guys didn't watch it either.
it's that's what sucks about European Ryder Cups is that
So early.
it's in the middle of the night.
But that's probably what they say about when it's over here.
Yeah, I hate
very
American
late for
golf
them,
because it's so
so-
late.
Yeah, that's what they say.
All right.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. We'll see you next week. We're getting down there. I mean, golf season's coming to an end
Mm-hmm.
very soon. I'm going to hang on for dear life. I'm going to try and get that Custer, South Dakota round in. So
Okay. Let me know how it goes.
see you guys next week.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
They piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now.